Hello and welcome to another 5th generation Pokemon Battle. Um, Today I was actually sick, so I couldn't go to school, and yeah, my voice is quite hoarse, but still I decided to narrate a match since there's pretty much like nothing else I can do because I'm forced to stay at home, yeah, and stuff like that. So anyways, today I bring you an OU match. This match was taken quite a while ago and it was using a team made by the Flaming Spade, who is a rather well-known YouTuber and Poke Battler. And then um, um, the account that I'm using was actually a joint account that I made with one of my friends. Yeah, and it was just because we wanted to try to ladder together. But anyways, this match was taken when I played. And so without further ado, let's get on into team preview. So I'm seen from the opponent's point of view. The username is GemSam, and my opponent's username is mnargh. So just talking about the team a little bit, as I said, this was a team made by YouTuber The Flaming Spade. So it has Shell Smash, White Herb Cloyster, Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin, Fortress, Substitute Baton Pass, Gliscor, Defensive Politoed to set up Rain and sort of mitigate the team's weakness to fire, and then Standard Trapper Wobbuffet, which works really well and has access to Encore and is my first Encore user. And next we have Whimsicott, which is the second Encore user and Prankster Abuser with support moves like Substitute and Leech Seed, and as well as Encore, and this really screws up majority of setup sweepers. So without further ado, let's get on with the battle. So my opponent's gonna lead with Rotom Wash as he sees that it has a good hold on a majority of my team. So he makes a good play on the first turn, goes for trick my defensive Politoed Choice Scarf, but here I knew that I would be able to live a Volt Switch, but unfortunately he gets a critical hit, which means that his Sandstorm is here to stay. But now I can bring in my Gliscor, knowing that I should be able to deal with Tyranitar unless it does have the Ice Beam. So I'm just going to go for a safe substitute as it actually brings in a Jirachi. I do not know why. And this Earthquake is actually a 2-hit KO as it sets up the Stealth Rocks, and I'm like, why would you just send Jirachi in so haphazardly? And now this turn I actually predict him to switch, but instead he stays in, goes for the Wish, and I'm thinking, okay, you are going to use Protect, right? No, he doesn't even use the Protect, or maybe he doesn't have it and I just take him out next turn with Earthquake. But now I'm sitting behind a substitute, Rotom Wash comes in, I can safely dump a Toxic on the Rotom Wash, and with Sandstorm and Toxic damage, the Rotom Wash's survivability is going to be going down a lot. But here I make a really bad play. What I should have done was actually switch into a poke like Whimsicott, but instead I switch into my Fortress, which gets 2-hit KO'd by the Hydro Pump. But here he actually thinks that he thought that a Volt Switch would kill, but instead no, it does not, and I can set up my Stealth Rocks. And here he makes a really bad move as he goes for Sword Stance as I Volt Switch, and since I do have my Prankster priority Encore user, which is Whimsicott, and I outspeed Scissor, I can go for my +1 priority Encore, lock him into the Sword Stance, and now he's pretty much forced to switch or just like die. So I'm gonna take this chance, grab some offensive momentum, go for the U-turn to scout for his switch in, and again here I actually make a rather dumb play as I just send in my Fortress as Death Fodder when I could have possibly used it to do something else later in the match, although I wouldn't be able to Rapid Spin against any one of his members since I was at so low health. But anyway, he brings in a Tyranitar this turn, so I can go for my substitute as he actually shows me to have that he has Dragon Dance, which is rather odd. It's something you don't see every day. But now he is going to go for the crunch, breaks my sub. Earthquake is a 2-hit KO. And next turn, he is going to switch up his moves, goes for Stone Age. Fortunately, he does not get a critical hit. I am able to take that +1 Stone Age, retaliate with Earthquake to take that Tyranitar out. But now he can go into his Terrakion, like he's either Banded or like sub SD. So I'm just going to go for the safe Earthquake as he actually goes for sub, possibly thinking that I would go for the Toxic. But now he's going to go for that Rock Gem boosted Stone Age. Gonna take my Gliscor out. But now I'm going to go for the substitute because he has to go for one of his stab moves. If he goes for a sub or a setup move, I can Encore lock him into that. And since he goes for a close combat, now I can Encore lock him into that and further off my Whimsicott. But this will give me a free switch into Wobbuffet. He is locked into the close combat, and close combat does about it does 28%, sorry, and I am able to take it out with the counter the next turn. But now things are still looking really grim for me, and here is the key play as I actually predict his set, predict him to actually go for the Swords Dance or the substitute, predicting me to go for the counter, and I go for the Encore, which means that it's pretty much good game as Shadow Toy locks him into the Swords Dance. He cannot switch. I get a free switch into my Shell Smash Cloyster. I can freely set up the Shell Smash as he switches into Rotom Wash, and basically it's from here on out it's a Cloyster sweep as after all these after turn effects wear off, I can go for my Ice Scale Spear since Rotom Wash is at low health. I do not need to risk the inaccurate Rock Blast, which is 90% accuracy, and he brings in his Garchomp, and funnily enough, my first Icicle Spear leaves it at 1%, but that really doesn't matter as my second one does take it out. And now he goes into Scissor, which is his last Pokemon, and fortunately he does not score a critical hit with the Bullet Punch, and I can take him out with the Razor Shell, and that would be a narrow 2-0 victory in my favor. So that was the match for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to see more content, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.